Your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief keeps you informed about what's happening in Annapolis, Anne Arundel County, and Maryland. Local news, local sports, local events, local opinion, and, of course, local weather. Your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief starts now.
Good morning. It's Monday, November 23rd, 2020. This is John Frenaye, and this is your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief. Welcome to the week. I hope you had a fantastic weekend. The weather was a little meh, and I ended up at Quiet Waters Park. Oh, by the way, they're not charging anymore to get into the park, so take that for what you will. But I was there to take some pictures of my kid and her two dogs for her Christmas cards, so all in all, it was a good weekend. I got to spend some time with my daughter. Well, it is Monday, so let's get into it, and I will warn you that we're starting off with some not-so-great news. An unidentified bicyclist was killed on Friday night along Catherine Avenue in Pasadena. It happened about 9:45 p.m., and the bicyclist was driving down Catherine Avenue without any lights or reflectors, wearing dark clothes, riding a dark bike. A Jeep was also traveling north on Catherine Avenue within its travel lane, did not see the bicyclist until the very last minute, tried to avoid him, but ended up hitting him anyway. The bicyclist was pronounced deceased at Baltimore Washington Medical Center by emergency room staff a short time later, and the identity of the cyclist is not known at this time. Police are trying to use forensic methods to identify him. Down in Annapolis a little bit later, shortly before midnight in the 200 block of Prince George's Street, a fire broke out in an apartment building. It is actually a 1920s house that had been converted into apartments. When firefighters arrived, they discovered a storage shed on the outside of the structure underneath the steps on fire with some extension into the structure. Didn't take them long to put it out, about 20 minutes. 40 firefighters from Anne Arundel County, Annapolis City, and the Naval District Washington Fire Departments were able to handle it. However, the structure was deemed unsafe for occupancy. It has displaced 7 people and 1 dog. They do know that the fire originated in the storage shed underneath, but they are not sure how at this point. As winter rolls in, there are going to be a lot more fires, unfortunately, home fires. This would be a good time to remind you to make sure that you have working smoke detectors in your home, as well as carbon monoxide detectors. And if you do have them, make sure they are working, the batteries are fresh, and everything else. Saturday morning, a 62-year-old construction worker was struck by a car along College Parkway and sent to the R. Adams County Shock Trauma Center in Baltimore with critical injuries. This happened just before 8 a.m., and the construction worker was working in the right-hand shoulder just west of Green Holly Drive on College Parkway. He was wearing high-visibility reflective clothing, standing behind a pickup truck that had flashing amber lights. There were other pickup trucks and vehicles with amber flashing lights in the area as well. A Chevrolet Aveo was turning right from Green Holly onto College Parkway. For some reason, drove onto the right shoulder, struck the construction worker, pinning him between the car and the back of his pickup truck, which had a metal platform coming down off of the back of it. Caused significant injuries to both of his legs. Officers got there. They did apply tourniquets to stop the bleeding. And again, he was flown to the R. Adams County Shock Trauma Center with life-threatening injuries. And on Saturday night, just before 6 p.m. at Ritchie Highway southbound at 6th Avenue in Glen Burnie, police did respond for an accident where a pedestrian was struck. The area is dark. The pedestrian was dressed in dark clothing with no reflective features, and for unknown reason, he was either bent over or crouched down in the center lane of Ritchie Highway. There was a Chevrolet Traverse that was traveling southbound on Ritchie Highway and struck the pedestrian when they did not see them. He was pronounced deceased at the scene by the Anne Arundel County Fire Department. And again, at this time, the identity of the pedestrian is unknown as he had no ID on his person. They're using forensic methods to try to identify him. Good time to remind everybody to be a little bit more careful out on the roads. It is dark much earlier. And if you're out there walking, make sure you have something that will be able to be seen by passing motorists. All right, let's slide out into some better news. The Maryland Department of Health has now released a new dashboard that will offer enhanced data visuals for flu tracking. Well, we're always hearing about COVID, but we got to remember that it is flu season, and the health department is concerned about the potential for the healthcare system to become overwhelmed with flu patients as well as COVID patients. You want to go to phpa.health.maryland.gov to check it out. And the dashboard currently shows more than 1.8 million, or about 31% of Marylanders have been vaccinated for flu this season. Doctors and health officials do say that the flu vaccine is the single most effective way to protect against getting the flu. And that dashboard is actually updated weekly on Fridays at about 4 p.m. And speaking of dashboards, the Maryland COVID one is not looking great. So much so that Governor Hogan has another press briefing scheduled for 4 p.m. today. If I was a betting man, I would say we have some more restrictions coming our way starting on Friday. And finally, it is beginning to look a lot like the holidays. The city of Annapolis has installed a 20-foot Christmas tree down at City Dock. It was delivered on Friday. The holiday decorations have started going up all over downtown Annapolis, and that tree will be decorated within the next couple days. And according to Eric Evans, who is the Downtown Annapolis Partnership Executive Director, he said over the next 2 weeks, downtown Annapolis will be transformed into a holiday winter wonderland with the largest amount of holiday decorations anyone has ever seen in Annapolis. So I am looking forward to that. And also, if you feel more comfortable shopping online but do want to support local shops, you can still do that online. Go to downtownannapolispartnership.org, and they've got a great page set up where you can actually purchase from local stores online and get it delivered or pick up for curbside. That's also a great spot to go for any Midnight Madness info as well. Again, downtownannapolispartnership.org. I think it wins the award for the most letters in a domain name. And last but not least, please remember there will be no daily news brief this Thursday or Friday unless all hell breaks loose. And I will say that it is 2020, so there is a distinct possibility that that may indeed happen. All right, that does wrap it up for us this morning. Please make sure you're checking out eyeonannapolis.net throughout the day because we're going to be updating these stories and more. If you are someplace you can leave us a rating or a review, please do that. And make sure your friends, family, and colleagues all know how to get a hold of the daily news brief and how to subscribe. It's Monday, and normally we would have your Money Monday report from Anne Arundel from CovingtonAlsina, but we gave her the day off so she could spend some time with her family. But last week we did get a podcast in with her that's really very fascinating about how to handle your money and how to plan. You want to make sure you keep your eye out for that. That'll be dropping probably in about a week or so, but just a heads up there. And of course, we do have George Young with your local DC Mdva weather standing by. All that's coming up in just 1 minute, but here is Rick Peters from Solar Energy Services.
Hello, energy consumers. This is Rick Peters, president of Solar Energy Services, with your Clean Energy Minute. Does your home experience power outages? Or maybe you're concerned about energy resilience in general? If so, that's another great reason to consider clean, quiet solar-powered energy with battery backup. You may have heard residential solar adoption has rapidly increased during the pandemic for multiple reasons, and many homeowners like yourself are adding battery backup and electric vehicle charging to their solar projects. And with Maryland's residential energy storage income tax credit, along with the federal tax credit for batteries when paired with solar, the economics are quite compelling, and that secure feeling is even better. So whether you're looking for clean energy, energy resilience, or overall peace of mind with solar energy, we can help. To schedule a free solar design, call us today at 410-923-6090 or on the web at solarsaves.net. But hurry, sunshine's a-wasting.
Sunshine, sunshine, nothing else can make me feel so fine.
When you live near Annapolis, you know how fickle the weather can be. So you need a truly local forecast that's accurate and reliable. Forecast right here in Annapolis. DC Mdva weather is not just for today, but for the rest of the week and the weekend too. Now here's George Young of DC Mdva weather with the weather outlook for today and beyond.
Hey everyone, this is George with DC Mdva Weather, and this is your Eye on Annapolis forecast for Monday, November 23rd. It was a fairly nice weekend on the whole across the Annapolis region, but we're in for some active weather this week with some morning showers today, along with some breezy winds with highs in the 50s, followed by a sunny but cool day tomorrow with highs only near 50 degrees, before another chance of showers Wednesday and Thanksgiving Thursday with highs Wednesday near 60, with 60s likely on Thursday before sunshine returns Friday, with highs again near 60. As for the weekend ahead, it could be a wet one as well, with a chance of showers on Saturday, followed by a much higher chance for rain on Sunday. Okay, that's it for today. This is George Young of DC Mdva Weather. Make it a great day out there. Stay healthy and be safe. And be sure to get our free app on all of your devices by searching DC Mdva Weather in the Apple or Google App Stores. And also follow us on Facebook and Twitter and use our website each day at dcmdvaweather.com so you can always stay weather informed.
Another moving moment from Kristi Neidhardt of the Kristi Neidhardt Team from Northrop Realty, a Long and Foster company.
Life is a series of moves, from new beginnings to new opportunities to a new place to call home. Hi, I'm Kristi Neidhardt, and as your goals and dreams change, my team and I will be there with you and for you, making buying or selling a home an easy, safe process. Whether you are looking to relocate, downsize, or find the home of your dreams, you can trust the Kristi Neidhardt Team with our years of expertise to find exactly what you are looking for.
That's another Moving Minute from Kristi Neidhardt. To get in touch, call 410-295-6579 or visit kn-team.com. That's kn-team.com.
You've been listening to the Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief. Tell your friends and colleagues, this is the podcast where you can keep up on the latest with what's going on in Annapolis and Anne Arundel County. And don't forget about our website, eyeonannapolis.net, where you can find even more information. And make sure you follow us on Facebook at All Annapolis and on Twitter at Eye on Annapolis. This Daily News Brief podcast comes to you every Monday through Friday at 6 a.m.